Gold prices tumbled after the Federal Reserve announced that it would be tapering its economic stimulus program. Here to talk about why gold is holding at key support right now is Jon Najarian. As always, Jon, great to have you in the studio.
Great to be here, Joe.
Why? Why do we see so much support on this gold price?
Well, although Thursday, when it fell to those $41 or whatever, it didn't feel like support was going to hold then.
No.
And since they started quantitative easing, gold had jumped about 70%. That's the good side of it. The bad side, the flip side, is what we've been experiencing now. When do they finally start unwinding it and other pressures that have been on gold? It's getting down to those June lows that you and I talked about right here on the show.
Sure did.
And I think that it'll be a buy again. Whether or not those June lows hold or whether we go a little lower, I'm not looking for much below where we are really for gold. In other words, at 1180 or so, I think gold's a buy.
Right. So at this point, we're looking into 2014. There are still a number of central banks around the world that are easing.
Yep.
And so the question is, among a lot of active traders in the gold space, they're saying it really can't go that much lower because we do still have some fundamentals in place that are propping up the price. What are you expecting in 2014?
Right. And are we going to see the bad things like India restricted buying by their jewelers and so forth? The big, imports that would normally come in, they're leveraged. Yeah. They were putting 20 to 1, 30 to 1 leverage on those. Indian banks got worried and basically the government halted that. So now you basically have to pay for whatever you sell. That dropped the demand dramatically. China picked up a little, and now that we're below production costs, I think it's not going to go much lower because they'll obviously just stop pulling it out of the ground. There'll be less supply, and thus the price should stabilize.
And then it becomes a classic supply and demand case in the gold space. Jon Najarian, as always, thanks so much.
Thanks, Joe.
For The Street, I'm Joe Deaux.